Clearly, Giant Claws, the gruesome grizzly bear. Mufti has never heard of this bear before, but he felt very sorry for him. A tear started to appear in his eyes, so he decided to write back straight away. This is what he wrote. Dear Giant Claws, the gruesome grizzly bear, I would be delighted if you came to my house for supper on Saturday. I will prepare some delicious acorn soup using my special secret recipe, which involves opening a can of tomato soup and pouring some acorns in it. Lots of love and cuddles from Mufti, XXX. Mufti read the letter back to himself to check for spelling mistakes and then noticed that he'd given away the secret recipe. Never mind, he thought, and he set off to town to post the letter. On the way he saw an elephant with its trunk tangled up in some bushes. Being a kind and sweet little thing, Mufti helped free the elephant. Then he helped an old lady across the road. She didn't really want to cross the road, so Mufti had to help her back again. Then he found a spider caught in a web, so he carefully pulled it out and placed it on the ground. The spider was a bit irritated because it has been building the web for hours. It was even more irritated when a bicycle came along and squashed it. As you can see, some of Mufti's good deeds didn't work too well. He went on to the post office to buy a stamp for the letter. There was a newspaper on the shelf, and the headline was, 7 Squirrels Eaten by Grizzly Bear. The good news is that Mufti hadn't yet posted a letter inviting the grizzly to his house, so there was still time for him to throw the letter away. The bad news is that Mufti didn't look at the newspaper. Instead, he bought a stamp, stuck it on the letter, and dropped it into the letterbox. He headed back home, humming a happy little tune as he went. Wednesday came and went, Thursday came and went, Friday came and went, and then Saturday arrived. The big day, the day that he has been looking forward to. He spent all day getting things ready. There were napkins, party hats, flowers, candles, and everything you normally see when you go around to a squirrel's house for supper. At 6 o'clock there was a loud banging at the door. Mufti opened it and found a huge fearsome bear with big teeth and giant claws. Please come in, said Mufti. Giant Claws barged in, shouting and yelling about how hungry he was. Would you like some of my delicious acorn soup? Asked Mufti. No, shouted the bear. I hate soup. Oh, said Mufti. What would you eat? What would you like then? Squirrel pie, yelled the bear. I don't think they sell that in our supermarket, said Mufti. That's okay, said the bear with a grin. I like to make it myself. And how exactly do you make a squirrel pie? Asked Mufti. Well, it's quite simple really, said the bear. First you get a squirrel. Then you add a touch of salt, not too much and not too little. Then you stuff it in your mouth. I don't think I like the sound of that, said Mufti. Can we have chocolate cakes instead? Then the bear went mad. He grabbed Mufti, then he grabbed the salt and sprinkled some in his bushy tail. Then he opened his mouth really wide and pulled Mufti towards his giant teeth. Then he sneezed. Then he sneezed again. Then he sneezed again and again and again. He couldn't stop sneezing. He sneezed so much that he dropped Mufti, who ran off and hid in the kitchen. Eventually the bear sneezed so hard that his head blew off and landed on the butter dish. Mufti was safe at last. He came out of his hiding place and mopped up all the bear blood. He put the bear's head in his glass trophy cabinet, which had been empty for years because he'd never won anything before. He decided never to invite grizzly bears into his house again. In fact, he needed a good holiday after this ordeal, so he flew off to Majorca to get a suntan. So that was a happy ending, but there is one very important thing you must learn from this story. When you're making squirrel pie, make sure you use salt instead of pepper.